Hey guys, what's up? This is my video on how to build a Adeptus Astartes Space Marine from Warhammer 40k. I already have a separate video on all the details about this, including scale, and yes, it is in minifigure scale, and different things about the flexibility, practicability, and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna jump straight into building, and that's gonna be all there is to this. So we're gonna start with the hips/torso. This is the lower part, so we got one of these 2x2 round tiles with a stud in the middle, and then one of these kind of L-shaped upwards facing pieces, 2 headlight bricks. That's going to be where the shoulders are. And then this is another one of those L-shaped pieces, but this one is going downwards instead of upwards like this one. And then we got a headlight brick, and then a golden stud for like a skull or something. But this is definitely something that you can change a lot. For one of my other variants of this armor, I have it's all gray to sort of make a gray knight, and it's just a 1x1 tile. So not really any sort of, needs to be the specific piece on that one. So here is where the neck is going to be. This is another one of those same pieces from there. To build the backpack for that, we'll start with this. Of course, this is also extremely modular. This whole MOC is extremely modular. This is a piece from Fire First Battle Pack plus a 1x2 plate built under there. And then this is the upturned facing thingy, and then jumper plate and 1x1 tile. Some of these also on the feet of the Fire First Battle Pack on the walker. And then just some basic things to build the jets on the side. Those are just cheese slopes, but it would probably be better if I had the pieces from the Nexo being the pieces from the little robots that they have. To start building the hips, we have this assembly. This is one of those pieces that has studs on like all sides, which is super handy. Cheese slope, and then just another piece in the back to give it a little bit more, I guess, just, dimensions and everything. For the leg, this is what it's going to look like when it's done with. But we're going to start with one of these. I've used this in a lot of the shoulders and hips from a lot of my other MOCs. Simple hinge, forward-facing stud. Clip that in here. And then we have one of these, which is not a piece that I have a whole lot of, but that'll just go on the back. With a lot of these, I just kind of try to balance it out, and so attaching that piece there, and you can kind of see that I built it around so it's all kind of even with itself. Next we have a robot arm clip, which I'll attach right there, and then this for the foot/ankle/lower leg, just so it has plenty of mobility and everything. And then one of these pieces, just downwards facing 1x2 by 1x2, and then a upwards facing 1x1 by 1x1. So that'll just attach there, and then we have a little bit of leg armor, and then basically just a foot. All this, of course, you can add more armor or less armor if you want to make like a Terminatus Marine. I'm thinking about making one of those actually with one of the big guns mounted on its arm, and then some other adjustments using a Death Trooper helmet, but we'll see about that later. So there we are with the legs on it, all pretty proportional, and I think it gets the basic shaping and like thickness, I guess, of the legs across all right. So there we are with that. For the arms, here it is when it's finished, but we got, starting with this for the shoulder. Then we're going to add this, which is another one of those same pieces from earlier. That's what we're going to mount the shoulder plate on. So that's a really helpful piece. Clip with the cheese slope. Cheese slope kind of just adds a little bit of size, but of course you can take that off and add maybe some spikes for a Chaos Marine, or some chains also for a Chaos Marine. You can put some weird like tentacly things for a whatchamacallit's one of the Nurgle infested Space Marine chapters. Another one of those bar hinges and clip hinges to create the hand. The hand does not swivel at all, it's kind of just fixed, but it can move, I suppose, like this a bit, but that's not really ever needed. This piece is kind of unnecessary, but I kind of just put it on the back here to give it a little bit of extra beef. Not at all necessary, but I put it on there. And then these will just attach there and there. So there we are with that. All fairly well built, I think, at least. So this is a 2x2 curved slope with a 1x2 plate attached to it to create the shoulder plate. That'll attach with that inner ring on there in the middle to this ring right there, that stud. So I'll just clip on, and so this can actually fall off pretty easily, but of course it also makes it really nice because it's very easy to modify however you need to, and so you can kind of de-armor this Marine by, you know, taking that off, taking this off, taking those blues pieces off, the cod piece, these, some of the other stuff, and basically switch out all of the armor from a very basic and extremely modular undersuit. The head likewise can be a variety of things. So I have a just angry stormtrooper clone face on right now, because I wanted to save my other helmets for the other, you know, just stuff that I have them on. But of course you can use all sorts of different helmet designs and things for that. It's kind of modular depending on what type of Marine you want to build and what type of helmet that you're kind of going off of. For the bolter and chainsword, I had these same ones in my past video on them, on the Space Marines, where I put it based off of a minifigure. This one is brick built, which I think is a whole lot better, but basically same weapon. So just one of those same sort of gun that Boba Fett has, a donut stud, and then this is for the magazine, so you can actually, you know, detach the magazine, widen it to make it a storm bolter, or add just more pieces and stuff. For the chainsword, got a hand guard, which is just this same piece that I use for the shoulders and such. Lightsaber hilt for the handle, though of course you can kind of change that, and then got a headlight brick, and then one of these big chainsaw pieces attached to that. I mean, you can add plenty of different blades to make plenty of different sorts of weapons. If you were to make a power sword, or whatever they're called, what are those called? I forgot. It might just be a power sword. Big, you know, more traditionally like knight like looking sword. I would recommend next to knight stuff. If not that, then any sort of big like sword from a medieval theme, or the Sword of Gryffindor from Harry Potter or something like that. But yeah, so there we are for that. I'm not going to drag this on any longer because all the other information is on the other video. Comment below if you have any ideas of things from 40k or any other sorts of things that you want to see me build. I consider all of them and I read all of them as well, so I will see your comments. Other than that, like and subscribe if you like this sort of content. I have tons of other, you know, building videos now, and a number of other MOCs from 40k, Halo. I have some StarCraft, so plenty of different video games, a little bit of Doom in there. I got Star Wars, I got Lost in Space, I think. I got one for that. Yeah, so plenty of things. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Have a great day, and keep on building.